Hey guys, welcome back to Crimson Waves on the Emerald Sea. We just got past chapter 5. We're on to chapter 6. Travelers. Thank you for everything. Have safe travels. You too. Stay safe out there. We wave out the family off as they continue down the path, leaving us close to Tradere. What now? We walk. How far? A few hours. Might have to camp out again. We'll see. We'll see? So we are lost. You're not lost. This path leads to Tradere. Trust me. It'll just be a while, so we no need getting in a rush. Hope your shoes are broken in. A little walking will do the kids some good. We ought to spend another night out. Maybe we can hitch another ride if we're lucky. Cecile trudges alongside me, his polished shoes unfit for gravelly, grassy paths. Do you usually rough it like this? Usually? Well, I guess. Whichever way I can get somewhere faster. It's too expensive to have a chauffeur from town to town. Not like Ambrose has offered me one, but... Train is the best to go on, and it doesn't stop in every town. That's why we've got to travel to Tradere on our own. I know that part, but there's a train station in town. I managed to hop on it for a stop until they kicked me off when they found out I was alone. And yet you still continued south. Of course, I'm dead set on this. It's not like I could show back up empty-handed after running away. That's a spirit. Don't have but things. I don't know if I should censor that. But consider throwing some caution to the wind, especially around shady people. I should have taken that advice about you. You gonna walk to Tradere and board a train all on your own? Look on the bright side. It's nice and sunny out here, no rain clouds in sight. Hot and sweltering out here. Too bad for you, your friend ran away in the end of summer. Another month or two and it'd be cooler. Too bad for me. I can't help but smile. He's dragging his feet like she used to. She got smart and realized we wouldn't wait for her and she slowed down, so I'd carry her some of the way. Of course, she was a lot younger than this kid. You know, some rich people do this for fun. What, staying outside with bugs? Yeah, actually, it's called camping. They pitch some tarps together for a tent, make a fire and sleep there. Some even go walking like this in mountains and parks. They call it hiking. Some posh fellows out there with bugs and critters? No thank you. I'll stick it to a warm armchair by the fireplace, thank you. Of course you would. We pass by several farmhouses and crops fields on the trail. It's peaceful out here. I've gotten so used to city living, it's hard to imagine owning a farm far away from factories, townhouses, carriages. Would it be a nice place to retire? To be outlived by him? Mister? I turn around to see Cecile bent several feet behind me trying to catch his breath. Honestly forgot he was here. Slowing us down, kid. I guess my strides are longer than his. It's gonna take a lot longer if I had to go with his pace. A lot longer if I had to go with his pace. An older man approaches from a nearby intersection and walks over to Cecile. Are you alright, Sonny? Fine. You're not gonna get far traveling like that. Don't run. Walk. What? Here. The man hands Cecile a flask of water. To my surprise, Cecile accepts it and drinks up. Phew. Thank you, mister. Cecile reaches up to hand the man back his flask. A flash of light dances on their hands when they touch. What was that? The man recoils back and assumes a defensive stance. I step in between him and Cecile. What was that, Cecile? Cecile? I don't know. The man cuts his shaking hand, silently looking at the ground. Behind me, Cecile looks physically fine, a bit shaken up. I put my hands on my holster. You alright, sir? Sir. He opens his mouth, but not to speak. Fangs appear from beyond his lips. Blood art. Before he can move, I shot a warning shot. That's all it takes for the man to quickly walk off. Was he really a vampire? I can't believe there was one out this far. And he almost attacked us. No, that light startled him and might have hurt him. He's probably thinking out of self-defense. Listen, if you ever hear a vampire start uttering the words blood arts, hightail it to the other direction. I guess you could call it some spell of some sort. It's an ability that some vampires have learned that lets them use their blood for self-defense. It's rare, though. You don't have to worry about it so much. Wait, I drink water from a vampire. Hey, am I gonna turn into one now? I pat his head. It's gonna take a lot more than that to turn you. How are you so sure? Trust me. It's gonna be a full day of walking. Well, no time to waste. Chapter 7. That Emerald Water. Wow. I took a full day to get here, but we're finally in Tradir. One step closer to Larenberg. One step closer to Lucy. Come on, let's head to town and see what the train schedule looks like. Tradir, it's a big transportation and marketplace hub, from what I remember Annie telling me. It's even bigger and busier than I imagined. So many workers running from store to store. Yeah, sure, I totally see those. So many carriages and horses. This is what real towns are like. People working, people talking, people everywhere. Will Larenberg be like this? Lucy, why did you have to come this far out on your own? What's so interesting about vampire attacks? If you trip up, I'll leave you behind. What? Wait up! Nemo casually heads further into town, clearly used to the area. There's so many people walking around, he's able to blend into the crowd easily. Is this place always this busy? Yes, all day and every day. People from all across the country come in through the port on the river in trains. The marketplace here is one of the best to get foreign foods and items. I was here a little over a week ago. Is he always on the road? Are you just a vagabond? At heart, I still am. Traveling is second nature to me. You learn where to go wherever the winds take your sail. Perpetually traveling, being a lone wanderer, the concept feels so foreign to me. Sleeping by the fire last night was kind of fun, but to do that on the regular, to not have a home you regularly return to. He said he couldn't imagine a fate worse than eating blood constantly or going mad, but... Sure, seems like there are more people in town today. Maybe someone's having a sale. We approach a train station to see a crowd of people gathering outside of it. What's going on? Ahoy! What seems to be the trouble? The trains aren't running, I'm afraid. Pardon? There was a horrible collision down the line. They're still fixing up. Last they telegraphed, the wreckage is still smoldering. It'll be at least a week or more before any train could safely leave southbound. A week. Dang. Over a week? I can't wait that long. Come on. Why? We have to get to Larenberg. Come on, Seal. The train isn't going to get it here any faster standing around. The crowded station fades behind us as Nemo walks away. Hey! The trail behind him until we end up at a shore. By now the sun is starting to set. Lots of smaller ships line at the waterfront, with sails coming and going. I've never actually seen sailors in person. Some of them are more gruff than I imagined. Some are a lot younger than I imagined. I hate to say it, but I'm going to rent a boat for us. A boat? This river snakes down past Larenberg. We can sail to it from here. Really? Yes, it's not like we can use the money for train tickets anyway. Right here, and I'll get a skiff. Is it just the setting sun playing tricks in my eyes? Or does he look dismayed by this? And we're off. Just hold on. Don't let him know you're scared, and definitely don't get seasick. You look pale. Don't tell me this is your first time on a boat. I've been on boats before, but they were for small laps around the lake. Just think of this as a really long lap in a really long lake. It's basically the same thing. Nemo does something with the rope at the front of the boat before grabbing the oar again. Does he have to row all the way there? This boat's a lot smaller than some of the ones at the pier. It's called a skiff. Sailors use these in rough waters and for sailing. Do you go sailing often? When I was younger, than you, I was a deckhand on a boat owned by a wealthy family. I worked on several bigger boats like that for years. Why doesn't he do that anymore? It seems like he's good at sailing. I haven't even noticed any choppy waves. Have you always worked odd jobs? Whatever I can get my hands on in whatever town I ended up at. Money was always running short. Was? Is. He turns back onto the water even though it's dark out here with only the moonlight lighting the world. He doesn't seem perturbed. How do you know where we're going? Do you forget where you were? Larenberg is due south of here. All you have to do is follow the river down. It's so big though. In the darkness I can't see any banks on either side. Oh! Don't you sailors use the constellations to guide them? He looks up and nods. Unless you're traveling the continent, constellations stay relatively the same depending on the time of year. They change within the season, but they return to the same spots every year. You always do the constellation of Beatrice in the summer, and you can always determine the directions depending on who's holding the serpents. As long as the sky is clear enough, you'll never get lost. Stars are really pretty tonight, but I don't see how you can read them that well. It just looks like gems scattered across the sky to me. Oh, right. You and that man were talking about rare gems, weren't you? What about them? My father has always described his job as being a jeweler, but I think he mainly imports gems. On the few business trips I've been with him, they were talking about importing crates from overseas. He showed me a lot of pretty gems, too. There are gems that hurt vampires. Just a small touch is like burning them. That vampire... What was that flash that happened when I touched him? Mister, gems can hurt vampires, right? If they touch their skin, yes. I haven't seen any of them hurt without touching them, but most vampires will back off anyway if they see you brandishing. What if you touch a gem and then touch a vampire? Not gonna work. What if you hold a gem for a really long time? No. Then what was it? I leaned back against the... Oh wait, I changed their accents. I leaned back against the side of the boat and put my head into the water. I used to be scared at nighttime. Annie would have to check my closet and room multiple times before I'd go to bed. But out here, 1,000 gems glowing down upon us, it's serene. Nemo's really good at steering. It's almost like he's not even thinking about it. His gaze is fixed far off in the distant horizon. Get some sleep. It'll be a few hours before we reach Larenberg. Chapter 8. A partner or two. I didn't expect to be back here so quickly. I also apologize to Scott for the delay. He should understand. Safety comes first. Blazes. They might have already caught the guy. That might be too wishful thinking, though. There's a lot of vampires that call Larenberg home. Even after I secure the bot to the dock, Cecile's still fast asleep. I guess not all kids are light sleepers. I step back into the boat and shake his shoulder. Cecile, wake up. He groggily turns around and stops once his eyes land on the city behind him. Welcome to Larenberg! Oh my god, I get an achievement, Larenberg. Only took us a few days to get here despite all the trouble. Not too bad if I say so myself. We're really here. I step out of the boat and help him up. The fisherman probably has a shop somewhere in town where I can return it later, but as for now, we should make our way to the university. I'll talk to Scott once we find Ambrose. Knowing him, he's stressed out of his mind and furious at these attacks. Alright, kid. I think your friend is here looking for vampire attacks, right? Right. Then we'll go to the university and find out more about them. Are you just gonna start interrogating every chap you come across? Told you already. I've got a partner in crime here on campus. We'll see what's happening and they've seen your friend, okay? If they've seen your friend, oh sorry. He looks at me suspiciously but nods his head. Okay. The vampire attacks haven't put a damper on the university, it seems. Around us, people are walking, heading to class, talking to each other, as you can obviously see. Maybe all the attacks haven't happened at night. It's hard to be scared of potential vampires biting you in broad daylight. There's definitely extra security now. Don't even remember half of these guards being stationed here. The coppers haven't found the culprit yet, that's for sure. Is the extra security to make people feel more at ease or try to catch them? The seal seems to be enjoying it here at least. He's looking around with all wide-eyed at the aging buildings and people. Man, how'd a kid this shelter think he'd make it this far on his own? We should get a move on though. Not enjoying all the glares we're getting for the guards. Admittedly, we stick out like sore thumbs here. A laborer and a posh child strolling around a prestigious university. Ahoy, Nemo! Ahoy, Landon. How goes work? Good, good. I haven't seen you around here in a couple weeks. What gives? I took a quick trip up north. One of the professors wanted me to pick up something. They've got you being an errand boy now. Tough luck these days. Still, good thing's hiding out when you did. It's not safe anymore at night. Do tell. I just got back into town. Some mad vampire's been attacking every few nights. Teacher, student, pedestrian, there's no difference. Not a soul's died yet, but it's only a matter of time. So they've just been attacks, not murders thus far. Still, if they were attacked and the victims are all alive, at least one of them should have seen the assailant. Horrible. It is. Ambrose Sir worries straight. Ambrose Sir's worried straight. If you just got back to town, you should go see him. He's at a donor party at the cathedral. I gently tip my cap. Thank you. Come on, let's see what's happening in front of the cathedral. How do you know that gardener? I had been coming here for the past 2 years. I know most everyone here, except for the new guards. Remember when I told that gentleman on the carriage, I'm working with a professor here for a cure for vampirism. What's in it for you? You kidding? It'll be worth millions. Of course. Come on, we're almost there. Don't get lost up here. Just as expected, the cathedral's crawling with bloodsuckers. That's just to say, rich investors. Some of them seem nice. Others would clean a body of blood faster than a vampire if it can make them even richer. Naturally, the security's even tighter here. I grab Cecile's wrist and I lead him around the back. If you want to get into somewhere uninvited, you either gotta act like you belong there, or find someone to invite you in. Since our clothes are still dirty from the road, we'll have to go with the latter. Maybe we should have stopped by the washroom before this. Too late now. There's a lot of guards looking on us. Are you sure this is the right way? Of course, don't worry. Just leave the worrying to me. Maribel's here, standing precariously close to the wine table. This should work. Ahoy, Maribel! Fantastic. Sir, if you're done calling on our guests, we'd like you to leave. Damn. I'll get you back for this, Mary. Gentlemen, I'm sorry for the confusion. I was simply trying to talk to an acquaintance. Yes, I'm sure you were. You could talk to her at the party away from school grounds. Come on, let's go. Damn it! Looks like I'll have to go home and wait until tonight. Oh, there you are. My assistant told me there was someone over here. Thank you, guards. You can return to your places. Security's a tad touchy now, eh? They're all rather trigger-happy, I'm afraid. Who's this? That didn't take long for him to notice. Now, how am I going to explain this? I'm Cecile. Hi. This is Cecile. Yes. We met a couple of days ago and he wanted to get to Larenberg, so I offered to bring him. I see. He shoots me a, you better have a good explanation for this later look, before taking a long sip of his wine. I'd love to talk more, but I've got a party to attend to. I'll be at the apartment in an hour or two. He's not mad at me for something, right? Alright. Still need to stop by Professor Scott's office. It shouldn't take long. I think he might be mad at me. Who is that man? He looked important. Judge everyone by their looks, eh? Looked a lot better off than you, and that's a fact. Kids don't really hold back, do they? He's just the headmaster. Headmaster? Of the whole university? That's what being a headmaster means. Yes. How'd you know him? That's a story for another time. Let's stop by the professor's office and we can take a break. Scott? Why is his office so empty and locked? He's always good at locking up before he steps out. Leave Cecile at the door, walk in. Turn on one of the gas lights and hear grumbling from the back. Scott, it's me, Nemo. He looks terrible. He's not the most fashionable gentleman in town, but he's never looked this haggard. Everything alright? Haven't been able to sleep. I'm trying to find a voice for this guy. Haven't been able to sleep. No, let's think. Sorry, I'm trying to think of what his voice would be. Haven't been able to sleep. Okay, there we go. Haven't been able to sleep. I guess the attacks have stressed everyone out. Were you able to find the gems? Not yet. Couldn't find them while I was there. Hurried back when I heard about the attacks. What good will that do us? How do you expect us to stop these attacks without a cure? Oh, calm down. I'll look for the gems in town. Don't you think I've done that? Every merchant told me I'd have to go north to find the purity I want. I knew I should have gone on my own. Sleep deprived or not, he's not thinking straight. I shuffle around his desk till I find a flask and toss it to him. Drink something and get some sleep. Thanks. I'll be back later, and you better be more lucid. Sorry about that. He's normally, well, a lot more normal. The attacks are taking a toll on everyone, it looks like. Cecile kicks the ground and slumps as he walks. No more stops for the night. How's that sound? We'll rest and then eat dinner. Come on, stand up straight a little longer. Okay. He's thinking about running off to find his friend, I bet. As tired as he is, though, he won't try it right away. I think I'll collapse on the couch as soon as we get home. Ah, that'll be nice. Chapter 9. The Headmaster. Oh, there we go. Whoa! When Nemo opened the door to the apartment, I wasn't expecting much, but I certainly wasn't expecting an entire studio. This place must contain the next apartment or two, all switched together to make one big suit. And the furniture is so nice, so ornate and pretty. Nemo plonks down on one of the couches in the parlor. This apartment is so big, I bet it has multiple parlors. I walk up to a desk and start opening the drawers, trying to see if one of those desks that opens its doubles as a showing machine or something else. Relics and trinkets from different places line the walls alongside occasional photographs. I think I've seen some of these in books about faraway countries, but a lot of them I have no clue about. I could spend hours looking at them all. Whose place is this? I know it can't be yours. It's Ambrose's, the headmaster guy you saw earlier. I've been running around the headmaster's home. How do you even get the key to get in? What, now you're getting nervous? It's just, this place is really nice. Surely you lived in a mansion or something. Yes, but this place is much more lived in. I don't know how to describe it. It feels relaxing. I'll take that as a compliment. Okay, I changed his voice. I have no clue what he's supposed to sound like. They sound the same, so I'm gonna give him like a different voice. Make yourselves at home. Must be tired from traveling so far. We did make it back as quick as possible. I was talking to the child, not you. Mr. Ambrosia hits Nemo's knee, making him move his feet off the couch so he can sit down. It's only polite to take a seat when your host sits, right? I walk over and sit in an ornate armchair across from them. I was rather rushed earlier. I do apologize. My name is Ambrosia Pridox, the headmaster of Pridox University. Nemo really wasn't kidding then. It's nice to meet you. And this one here is Leroy! Achievement unlocked, Leroy. Hi, Leroy! Who names their dog Leroy? He's about 3 years old and mostly sleeps all day. Dog looks asleep right now. Can I pet him? Miss Ambrosia holds him closer to me and I pat Leroy's head. So warm. Are all dogs this soft? He puts Leroy down on the couch where he plops his head on Nemo's leg. Let's get down with it. What's up with these attacks? They started after you left. Reports start coming in of people being accosted at night by a vampire and drained of some of their blood. There was nothing similar about the victims either, aside from them walking around town, near and on the campus, at night. Some of them were professors and students, some were laborers, one was even a young lady. There have been 4 attacks that have been reported so far. None of them got a good look at the assailant, other than he was a middle-aged man, though we are not unsure if it's all the same attacker. The police have increased their patrols and are now taking up residence here. I can't look around without seeing a handful of unfamiliar guards. His university has turned into a feeding frenzy for vampires, and he's unable to stop any of it. I feel bad for him. Some people feel more at ease with extra security, but I know several students and professors who refuse to attend their night classes. Admittedly, I've been double locking the doors and windows before going to bed every night. That's why you came back, right? Nemo nods. We heard about them and we hurried here. Then please. Mr. Ambrose claps Nemo's hand in his. Find the attacker. Do you think I'd come back empty-handed just to check up on you? Of course I'm gonna hunt down the scum. Mr. Ambrose relaxes and lays back on the couch relief. Nemo hands him a glass of water on the coffee table. Thank you. So tell me, what brings you into town then, Cecile? He's addressing me again. I can't just tell him why, right? He's a headmaster and stuff. He'll turn me in. He'll say I was too dangerous for a kid to be here with other parents with so many attacks happening and ship me back north. I had to make up a lie. You see. Idiot. Ambrosia can already assume you're one away. There's no point in hiding it. Really? Your clothes are a tad dirty, but I assume you're from so I assume that's from your unorthodox travels. They're still vastly more posh than what an orphan would wear. Oh. How many orphans have these two seen anyway? Well, I'm looking for my friend Lucy. She ran away from home a week ago, and I want to find her. What does she look like? She's my age, and she's really pretty. She's like a doll. Her hair is really light and long curly. She has pretty purple eyes. Lucy's always wearing fancy dresses. She's from a rich family. What makes you think she came here? Before she left, she was reading the newspaper a lot and had clippings of vampire attacks. That's why I think she came to Larenberg. She saw the newspaper report and headed south. Why would she be interested in vampire attacks? They're rather grisly for such a young lady. I don't really know. Whatever I asked her, she said it was research and would hide it. I'm afraid I haven't seen anyone like that on campus. It's not typical that we have children walking around. Larenberg is a big city, though. I don't leave campus much. Darn. When this guy said he was the headmaster, I was really hopeful. He's right, though. Larenberg looks really big. Maybe she's only walking around at night. Wait, no. Please don't be walking around alone at night, Lucy. Thank you for all your help. Cheer up. We'll look for her tomorrow, alright? Why tomorrow? I say tomorrow because I'm darn tired and I'm going to take a nap. You should too. He throws a hand towards one of the doors on his left. You can lay down in the bedroom over there. Huh? Wait, are we staying here? Unless you want to sleep outside again, yes. Look at the time. My breaks are getting shorter and shorter. I've got a couple more meetings to attend tonight, so you might have to eat supper alone. I'll be back before bedtime, though. Get some rest, okay? We're staying in such a nice place tonight. And tomorrow we're going to be in patrol around town to find Lucy. We'll find her. Okay, we gotta get past chapter 10. Nothing better than a drink after a long day. Please don't tell me... This is not R-rated, is it? Hopefully not. Good drink, good company. Want some more to drink? I let him top off my drink. He's terrible at picking comfortable furniture, but damn good at picking brandy. This would taste better if I knew there wasn't a attacker running around loose out there right now. It's just a matter of time now. Stop throwing so much, or you'll be the one next one getting attacked. Would you protect me? You're kidding? I grab Leroy and run. He tried to hide his smirk behind his wine glass. Dinner was good. Did you take a nap afterwards? What are you drinking? Something you could try when you're older. Aw. We're going out tomorrow, right? Only if you go to bed. Okay. Good night. He could barely keep his head up long enough to talk. He must not have napped earlier when we got here. Looks like he'll be knocked out tonight. We'll have to worry about him sleeping out on his own at least. Oh no, he's giving me that look again. Are you ready to explain why you came home with a kid yet? Look at him! He has no common sense and is just about as gullible as they come. He was scooped up by some medium and immediately got attacked by vampires. And you call me the soft one. He takes a long sip of his wine. I just don't want you to get too attached again. He's a runaway, not an orphan. He has a family to return to. What does he think I am? Child services? When he finds his friend, we'll telegraph his family and send them both on the first train north. About his friend, though. He noticed it too, didn't he? What do you know about her? That was the most I've heard about her today. I know what you're hinting at. Do you think it's her? Does sound a lot like her, something impulsive she'd do without a care in the wind for others. Who knows, sounds stupid and reckless enough for her to come up with. You're not worried about it at all? What's there a reason to worry about? It's not like I could stop this. It's getting ugly quick if that's the case. You think? I take a quick swig of my drink. It might turn into a comedy. Then stay here. It doesn't have to be like that. You know I can't. Staying in one place all the time isn't how I got here. Then stop treating here like a sidestep instead of the destination. This conversation again. I take another long sip. He leans closer and rests his head on my shoulder. I wish it were that simple. Okay, that's where I'm gonna end it here. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a new update on this game. Love you guys. See you next time.